Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is finally time for another bridal makeup look. I have promised you these up until my actual wedding day, and what I wanted to do for today's look is actually something I've been brainstorming in my head for the past probably a few weeks now, but I also wanted to incorporate some things that you guys wanted to see in previous tutorials and comments that you had left me, giving me suggestions for upcoming bridal looks. So the first thing I got a lot of requests to do is a pink lip. A lot of people wanted to see a look with a pink lip, and a lot of people wanted to see me with a pink lip. I rarely wear pink. It's very hard for me to find a pink that flatters my skin tone and my hair color, and it's just most of the time I don't fool with pinks, but I did find one that I feel is a good match for me, and hope you guys like it, because I was like, I'm gonna do a pink lip so nobody has anything to complain about. Another thing that people wanted to see was something a little bit more dramatic, something a little bit more glam, and so I feel like this is definitely a soft, romantic, glam look. And yeah, that's kind of the vibe I wanted to go for, was really romantic. I'm using more cool tone shades, and this is the look. This is the look I came up with. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, then let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, I am starting out by priming my lid with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. You could actually use something a little bit lighter than this. A white base would work really nicely with the shadow we're going to use. I just didn't have white on hand, so I just used what I had. And for the lid color, I'm using MAC's Yogurt Eyeshadow. It's a really nice pale pink color, so that's why a white base or a really pale base will help this color stand out a bit more, because it is on the pastel side. But I'm just packing that on with a flat brush just on the lower portion of my lid, and you're just going to have a really nice kind of dreamy pastel lid in contrast with the crease. So for the crease, I'm going in with my Zoeva Taupes palette, and I just use that really nice kind of gray purplish color, and I'm buffing that back and forth into my crease with a MAC 217 brush. So I wanted to create kind of a soft, airy cut crease look. I didn't want as much definition as what a traditional cut crease would be, but I didn't want there to be no definition at all. So I just really lightly added that back and forth into my crease, and it created a nice contrast against the pale pink. For my winged liner, I'm going to start out by using shadow. I took a black shade from the Too Faced Boudoir Eyes palette, and I just used that on an angled brush and just mapped out kind of the shape I wanted for my winged liner. I have to specialize my winged liner a little bit differently than what most people would, because the eye I'm working on right now is actually more hooded than my left eye. So I have to make it a little less dramatic, because if I made it as intense as what my left eye would be, it would overshadow my entire eye. So I'm using a shadow just to map out the shape that I want, and then afterwards I'm going in with my Loreal gel liner and just going over the shadow. And by using a shadow, it will also make your winged liner look a little bit more on the hazy kind of romantic side, which is definitely the look that I was going for. But yeah, that's just a technique that I do because my eyes have two different shapes basically. For my inner corner, I'm taking the shade called Satin Sheets from the Boudoir Eyes palette, and you could really use any type of inner corner highlight. MAC's Nylon or Orb would work really nicely. I just kind of tried to stick with the same palette since I had a couple different palettes out. And for my lower lash line, I actually just swept that leftover black underneath there and called it a day. For lashes, I use the Ardell Mega Volume in the number 250. These are amazingly gorgeous. If you were looking for stunning, dramatic eyelashes for your wedding, look no further. These are absolutely beautiful. I am in love with them. I have worn them on several occasions, and I always get asked what I am wearing. So moving into the face, I'm starting out with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer. I've been testing this out recently and I actually really do like it. It really does seem to fill in my pores. And then for foundation, I'm actually mixing a strange combination here. I'm mixing the Lancome Teint Idole foundation with my Lorac Natural Performance foundation, and I really like the way it turned out. My Lorac Natural Performance foundation has a really nice natural finish. It never looks cakey, it never adheres to dry areas on my face, but it has more of a light medium coverage to it. So I went in with the Teint Idole to offer my skin a little bit more coverage because it's definitely more on the fuller coverage side. So the mixture actually worked really nicely. It photographed really well. I didn't notice it to pick up any type of dryness on my face, which is the only thing I asked basically. So I just mixed those together and just pressed that into my skin with my Real Technique sponge. For concealer, I'm mixing the Urban Decay Naked Skin with Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I really love this combo. I actually think I've decided this is what I'm going to wear for my concealer combo on my wedding. I actually may just wear the Ultra HD. It kind of just depends on what foundation I end up using, but I just love this combination and the way it looks. It never makes my under eyes look dry, and it just adds a nice brightening effect to the places on my face that I want to be highlighted. So again, just pressing that into my skin, and since I already applied my my shadow to my lower lash line, I just took a little buffer brush and made sure my concealer was buffed in. I know some people wait to do their shadow on their lower lash line, but I didn't want to wait. I'm kind of impatient like that, so I just took a buffer brush, no big deal, buff that thing out. I'm using a little bit of translucent powder to set my under eye area and the places where I put concealer. This is the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. It's just the pressed version. It doesn't add a lot of powderiness to your face, so that's why I chose to use it. And for my bronzer, I'm using my all-time fave, which is the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is the Tahiti Laguna edition, but technically, it's just the standard Laguna bronzer, and I'm just using that to contour my cheeks, my forehead, all that fun stuff, and just add a little bit of dimension to my face. To add warmth back into my skin, I'm actually using a Becca powder foundation. This one is in the color Tan, and it just has a really nice warm undertone to it, and I'm just going back over the places where I contoured to add kind of like a sunlit effect, like I've been outside in the sun. I never like to just leave my face with contour on without adding some type of warmth back into my skin. So this is the powder I've been using recently, and I really like it. Since I went for more pinky tones in this look, I used my MAC blush in the shade called Mocha. It's just a really nice medium toned matte pink. It's gorgeous. Honestly, I would definitely recommend this to any bride who just wants that great, just natural pink flush on the cheeks. I don't know, something about it is just very natural and lively. So I'm glad I went with this because, again, you guys requested more pink. And this is probably one of my favorite pink blushes that I have in my collection. I decided to use a different highlighter since I've used my Holy Grail in my past two videos, which is normally Benefits What's Up. But I use my Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops in the shade Sunlit, I believe. And I like this. I like these, I guess I should say. I have a couple of them. They're not my favorite, though. I still think I'm going to stick with my OG, which is Benefits What's Up. For my lips, I'm using this lovely combo here. It's a mixture of MAC's Whirl Lip Liner. And then for my lipstick, I'm using the MAC Lip Tensity lipstick in the shade Medium Rare. This was from a limited edition collection, but I will try to list some similar options down below. It's just kind of like a standard pink. I mean, that's the only way I could describe it. It's not too light, not too dark, just a good natural pink color. And then I am using a lip gloss from one of the Buxom holiday collections, and it's called Celestial. It's just a really pretty shimmering pink. I love the way it just kind of made my lips look fuller. And that completed the entire look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this bridal installment. I definitely have to say this is probably, like, again, a top contender. I really like the way it came out. Very similar to my first tutorial, just a little bit more dramatic and a little bit more full coverage. But again, I really like the way it ended up. So let me know what you thought down below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those as well. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.